SeaWorld San Antonio offers a bunch of different season pass options to visit, with the Platinum Pass being the highest level. And unlike other park chains, SeaWorld throws a lot of extra perks and free stuff at you for being a Platinum member. But is the pass really worth it? Or can you go with a cheaper option? Find out in this review. SeaWorld San Antonio is a great park, with fun roller coasters, including a solid top 2 in the Steel Eel and Texas Stingray. Awesome animal shows, with other seasonal shows throughout the year, and a great for kids atmosphere, especially with the newly renovated Rescue Junior area. This is one of my favorite parks in Texas, and I highly recommend visiting, especially for the various events between Howl-O-Scream, which is free and included, their Christmas event, or their Mardi Gras celebration. I have a bunch of additional content on my channel already covering the different coasters and shows of SeaWorld San Antonio, so if you're interested in any of that, do feel free to check those out. Most larger amusement parks in the United States have a season pass system, and this is set up to make it much cheaper to buy a season pass than, say, a day ticket. So it is essentially free to get one when compared to that day ticket. Day tickets at SeaWorld can run as much as $100, though like the season passes, they will be discounted most of the time, especially at the San Antonio location when compared to day tickets at SeaWorld Orlando. Day tickets, though, do not include parking, so it makes a lot of sense to go ahead and buy a season pass and get free parking instead of paying another $36 to park. Of note, Aquatica is not automatically included in a pass or a ticket. I don't go to Aquatica much, so this isn't a big deal for me, and almost every sale includes both parks together on the passes. Or maybe it's a $10 or $20 upcharge if they're not on sale. But just do make sure that your pass or day ticket includes both parks if you're looking to go to the water park. There is a fun pass level below a season pass that does not include parking, but does include admission. This is given for some situations, for example, if you get a free teacher card or the free pre-K card. Both need to be requested from SeaWorld San Antonio in either January or February, but then those are good for the whole year for that person. A season pass is a basic pass. It just includes admission and parking. This is likely fine if you want to save money and just get one person in your family a better pass, though the perks of the higher passes are pretty nice. The next tiers are Silver, Gold, and then Platinum. For free guest tickets, these have 3, 5, and 8 respectively. So Silver still does get a decent amount of guest tickets. These can be used within certain windows, though 1 or 2 are allowed for anytime use. Per others, you can use them on your very first visit. So you could get a Silver Pass and use your 2 available guest tickets for a family of 3 to visit SeaWorld. SeaWorld also gives extra guest passes throughout the year, so do be on the lookout for those as well. This past year, I used 1 of my 8 Platinum guest passes despite bringing 4 different people with me to SeaWorld, as I simply had extra bonus guest passes on the days that I visited. Even the Silver tier includes a monthly animal feeding. This is a really neat perk for visiting throughout the year and is either the sea lions, which is fun to see them get excited about fish, or you can feed the stingrays in Aquatica, which is the better experience if you get over there. With doing this each month, if you go a couple times throughout the year, you should be able to enjoy this perk for sure. Gold and Platinum both get up-close parking, which is just slightly closer to the entrance, so it's not really like a big perk. The VIP parking is covered, so it does keep your car cool while being a bit closer to the entrance. This is normally included with my Platinum Pass on my visits, though technically it's not supposed to be. If you get the VIP parking, it's a pretty nice perk, but it's not really worth paying more for otherwise. Gold and Platinum can use the exclusive entrance at the front. This helps slightly during rope drop when they scan you in, but is not particularly faster or better like at other parks. As with most season passes, you get extra discounts on food and merch throughout the park. So if you're going to buy more, then the higher tier gives you more back. With Platinum, you also get a monthly double discount that can be used on food, so that you can get even more savings if you buy the expensive food in the park. You get an extra discount at one of the stores each month as well, which is nice if you're looking to buy merch. These discounts are nice if you go a lot and buy a lot, but if you're really not planning to buy anything, then they're not super helpful. The PhotoKey allows you to get your pictures from various rides. The Steel Eel, for instance, almost always has its picture station closed, so this isn't a super valuable perk. The all-year PhotoKey is nice if you have a family and want to see the pictures, but after you have it for a year, it just isn't that special. I really liked this the first year I had it to see my photos from the rides, but I haven't even bothered to activate mine the last 2 years, as I don't care enough to see my photos anymore. It also only works at your home park of SeaWorld San Antonio, so you would not get the PhotoKey if you visited other parks in the chain, which is a bummer. Platinum gets one quick queue per visit, which is a solid perk as it lets you skip a line, and in the past, they have been terrible about scanning or taking these cards like they're supposed to. So you might be able to use your one-time quick queue multiple times. Likely, Wavebreaker the Rescue Coaster will have the longest line, but they will be much better at actually taking your card like they're supposed to. It also works on Beach Rescue Racer or Rio Loco if those lines are long, and most quick queues route you directly to the station. Journey to Atlantis sometimes gets confused and sends you through the exit, so it just kinda depends with how they're running that ride. When visiting over a busy spring break, I could leverage this pass to ride all of the coasters twice with no real issues, except the Kiddie Coaster and Rescue Junior. Normally, lines will be really light at SeaWorld San Antonio, so it's not a huge perk like other parks in the SeaWorld chain, but it's nice for what it is. The discount on Quick Queue with 50% off for Platinum is also a great perk, if you need to buy Quick Queue. This will work for others, so you can buy guests or anyone else in your party a Quick Queue, and my brother has done this for me when I visited Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. With SeaWorld San Antonio normally having short lines, it likely isn't needed, but it is a great perk to have. However, it is not transferable to other parks, which is disappointing since this is a great perk at the busier Florida parks. Recurring C-Bucks is listed kind of as a throwaway on the perks, but it is valuable, despite all levels of passes getting them. This is where the park gives you $10 or even $20 to go shopping, and can be spent on anything. Food, merch, drinks, etc. This makes SeaWorld money by getting you to shop and getting you comfortable spending money throughout the park, but can be leveraged to get some free or discounted items if you'd like. You should be able to combine your pass holder discount with the C-Bucks to buy something for a very reasonable price. Platinum comes with reserved show seating, but in most cases this is useless as stadiums will not fill up and reserved seating is high up anyways. Orca Encounter does have a unique location that makes it super easy to sprint to Texas Stingray afterwards if beating the crowds out matters, but otherwise this is not great. The parade seating is okay if you don't want to fight for a seat, but I've literally stood right next to the reserved seating when I've seen the parades. Of note, they don't like to extend the reserved seating to guests or non-platinum members, but you can try to fight to bring others along with you if you'd like. And they will not give you the reserved seating for specialty shows like Hydro Thunder Extreme FX or Monster Stomp, where I'd actually like to have a confirmed special seat. On the higher tiers, you get animal encounters, 1 with gold and 2 with platinum. It used to be only 1 with platinum, so it is exciting that they're adding more of these experiences. In the past, these have been extremely limited with just the Shark Tour, Animal Ambassador Tour, and 1 premium tour that has been rotated out over the years. The Dolphin Tour, Beluga Tour, Penguin Tour, Sea Lion Tour, and Aldabra Tour have all been in this spot in recent years. Priced at around $50 a person, the ones that I've been on are not worth that price, as the Penguin Tour is just petting a penguin, and the Sea Lion Tour is hanging out with the sea lion for a few minutes. These are cool experiences, but likely not worth your time if you're only at SeaWorld for a day or 2, but could be worth it if you really like the specific animal. The Shark Tour is the cheapest, so it is easy to add others onto it, and it was nice to see the backstage areas there. The Animal Ambassador Tour lets you meet 2 animals and is a bit longer than the other tours. The Dolphin Tour showed the backstage dolphin area, which was pretty neat to see. And though just petting and feeding the Aldabra, I did enjoy that tour. So it just kinda depends with the tour. You cannot book these in advance to use your free tour, so you will need to go to the booth at the front of the park to reserve your encounter the day of, which makes planning ahead not as easy for this. They did seem willing to let you use your second Platinum tour on a guest, so I would ask if you can, if this would work better for you. They're a nice perk to have, and 2 is a pretty good amount. Even 1 with gold makes gold look pretty good, but likely they're not worth the $50 price tag. The main benefit of Platinum is the all parks access, so you can visit the other SeaWorld, Sesame Place, or Busch Gardens parks. These are well worth a visit and pair easily with other parks in Central Florida. So likely, this is the reason you're going to need to upgrade or get a Platinum Pass. With day tickets being expensive, it will likely be cheapest to pay the extra $100 a person for the Platinum Pass and enjoy the benefits if you want to visit the other parks. As for the price of the passes, these will be discounted throughout the year. So if you're looking for a deal, buy them when they are not at full price. They normally run a deal before spring break, in the summer for the 4th of July, and in the fall around Halloween, plus November before and around Black Friday. During these times, season passes can be close to $100, silver around $120, gold around $130 to $150, or even as low as $115, and platinum passes as low as $155. Though $200 for platinum does seem like a pretty fair price, so if you can get that, I would not be too sad about the pricing. Do note that when your pass automatically renews, it will renew at the actual, not the discounted price of $265 for platinum. The online portal for this is terrible, so I had to call SeaWorld as I could not see how to do it online to cancel my renewal, and stayed on hold for like over an hour, and then I had to buy another pass to get the discounted sale price. As a single person buying one pass, it's nice to save $50, but maybe this was a bit too much of a pain to do it that way. However, if you have a large family, I would absolutely make sure that you are renewing your passes at the discounted price. Do note, with the price, There are taxes and fees added on, so a $200 Platinum Pass is likely close to $50 more, or about $250 after taxes and fees, just so you're not shocked when you go to actually check out. In the past, I tried to upgrade my Silver Pass to a Platinum Pass, and SeaWorld was not helpful about this on the phone, essentially telling me to pay off my old pass and buy a new one. This might have been because I did the pay per month option, but it was absolutely a pain, and I ended up not being able to upgrade. So do pick the appropriate tier when initially purchasing your passes. Overall, how good is a Platinum Pass? A Platinum Pass offers a lot of really nice perks, but the best perks are the discounts on food, merchandise, and Quick Queue. So if you're not looking to buy a lot of stuff at SeaWorld, since it is expensive to begin with, a lower pass may be fine. Quick Queue also just isn't as needed at SeaWorld San Antonio unless you visit on a very busy week, say spring break or the week between Christmas and New Year's. It is the same with how many guest tickets you're able to use. Using all 8 with the Platinum Pass is a huge perk, and they will give additional free guest tickets throughout the year. But if you don't have extra people to take with you, a lower tier is fine based on your needs. The Gold Pass also offers many of the same perks of Platinum, just watered down. So if you're only visiting a couple times throughout the year, a free Quick Queue per quarter or one animal encounter should be more than enough for a couple of visits. The annual PhotoKey is better, but likely not super needed. Based on the price, a silver or gold pass for around $130 would likely fit your needs. Platinum throws a lot of great benefits at you, so it is well worth considering having at least one person in the family get it. But most benefits are transferable to other guests in your party, so a family of 4 won't all need Platinum. If you're only visiting SeaWorld a couple of times throughout the year, it might be worth it for one person to get Platinum, while others use the Platinum guest tickets, especially if you can leverage pre-K or teacher cards or extra guest tickets for some of the people in your family. The exception, of course, is if you plan to visit other parks throughout the chain. Then, the $100 extra is essentially the price of a day ticket at SeaWorld Orlando or Busch Gardens, and you get a bunch of extra perks thrown in for free. Which SeaWorld pass do you have? Do you feel like Platinum is worth it? Let me know, and as always, Cupcoon Crop.